always tough when you draw that high-level wrestler who has a lifetime of experience in a one-on-one competitive situation. Prevailing wisdom is he'll have the wrestling advantage in this one tonight.
As his dad said, the moment he introduced him to the sport, he knew that he was made to be a wrestler. The kid slept in his headgear. He only wants to wrestle, and by doing that, he puts you in danger. He's constantly in your face, constantly trying to dig at your gas tank. He goes from transition to transition, single to double to high crotch. It does not matter the attack. He just knows that he will give you so much to process in terms of the wrestling that eventually he will get you to the ground.
You ever sleep in your headgear?
I sleep in my headgear.
All the time?
All the time.
All right, big one for him here tonight. Let's get to it. Biggie boy is here, folks. Jairzinho Rozenstruik, the first native of Suriname to compete in the UFC. Decorated kickboxing career, but really took his training to that requisite next level when he signed that UFC contract. He said, essentially, instead of training twice a day, I'm now training 3 times a day, and his UFC results certainly speak to that commitment. Undefeated, calling out guys like Francis Ngannou. Not a lot of people burning up Mick Maynard's phone asking to fight the Predator. That's Rozenstruik in a nutshell. We'll see if he can get the power going early here tonight. Well, so much UFC history is played out here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Plenty more where that came from tonight. The athletes are ready to go. And now our tale of the tape for this heavyweight fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Walt the Big Chicken Harris. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Jairzinho Biggie Boy Rozenstruik.
All right, Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one. All right, so here is the heavyweight contender, the big ticket, Walt Harris, ready to go at the beginning of this round. As electric a kicker as there is in this heavyweight division, sometimes he can get in his own head a little bit when it comes to the cardiovascular management, but when Walt Harris is just fighting like an athlete and reacting instinctively like an athlete, many believe he's a guy who's destined for future heavyweight greatness. Lands a nice straight.
Nice punch lands. Leg kick. It's those leg kicks that's eating him alive. He loaded up there on that high kick.
Rozenstruik's kick blocked. That's a pretty good jab. Just over 3 minutes now to go in round 1. Big power shot there.
He's got great kicks also. He needs to be throwing more kicks in this fight. He hasn't thrown many at all.
Got the single collar tie. Connected with a solid strike there. Both guys appeared to land there.
Big shot to the body.
Oh, head kick, bang. Really finding the kicking range now. Another one lands there.
It's okay, keep going.
Just misses. That strike over the top, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Beautiful level change. Make him think you're going low and just come right over the top with that beautiful overhands. Great punch.
Well, his opponent seemed to be stunned to a significant extent, but was able to recover, and it's almost like he let him off the hook a little bit.
Kind of let him off the hook. He needed to really put his foot on the gas to try to find that finish.
Well, why fix what's not broken? Why not go right back to that overhand here again?
What a fight. Both of these guys are trying to finish.
So under 30 seconds to go in what has been a pretty entertaining and active first round. 4 sounds for the end of round 1. All right, good news is the round is over. Bad news, Harris is bleeding from the forehead here a bit. Hopefully they can get that under control so it doesn't trickle down into his eyes in the next round. Well, I'm not sure the extent to which he has recovered, but we do see the end of the round. DC, talk us through the replay.
Well, he's a tough guy. He's going to make it to the stool. He's going to survive unless you put him completely out of there. Unfortunately, he's in there with a guy that does have that ability.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round 2. All right, so as this next round gets underway, hopefully the good action we saw in the last round will continue. Both fighters certainly had their ups and downs, both got the offense going, but now we'll see if one fighter or the other can really take control of what has been a very close fight thus far.
Oh!
Right to the target. Let's see if his opponent can survive.
I cannot believe he is still standing after taking that punch.
Well, that overhand, big weapon for him throughout his career. It's been there all night. Look for him to go back to it here. All right, so that calf really starting to show signs of bruising.
He's got to address it now. He's got to start to check.
This could be it. Feels like the beginning of the end. Well, that'll quiet the storm. Shot blocked by Biggie Boy.
He can't even stand.
And back to his feet. Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. Oh, huge connection by him there.
He needs to get on his bicycle, John. He needs to get into space so that he doesn't get finished.
Man, as he landed a high volume of strikes here in round 2, definitely picking up the pace after round 1. So we got the message from the corner, and now...
There it is again. Look at that. Controlling the fight behind that jab.
Rozenstruik's nose is bleeding now. Yes, looks as though he got cut by one of those offerings from his opponent. Both fighters throwing heat now. Oh, you can feel the breeze there. Swing and a miss by Biggie Boy. Under a minute now in round 2. Busy in the clinch, lands that punch. All right, DC, perhaps this will be the round in which the wrestler actually goes for a takedown. He's not even feinting shots thus far.
It's crazy because the takedown set up the striking. He is limiting himself in his approach because he's not using a skill that he's become known for.
Big right hook coming, it's blocked. All right, that's the end of round number 2. All right, so there's the end of the round. You see the blood trickling down as he makes his way back to the stool. Cut on the bridge of the nose, or so it appears from the strike in that round. Cut man getting right to work. All right, so there's the end of the round, and on one side, thrill, on the other, agony after that knockdown.
Yeah, he was able to really damage him with that big punch. You see the hands, the speed, how sharp he is, how technical he is. It allows him to land in spots where his opponent is winging punches. Great strike landed, great punch landed to put his opponent down.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway.
He does a great job of getting that leg kick to the target. Nice punch lands over the top.
Head kick attempt, it's blocked.
Keep your hands up.
Back to the jab now, no good. Oh, what a connection by him there. His opponent could be out of here soon, DC.
He's almost done. I mean, when you get hit with a shot like that, you don't know whether to run, hide, grab, or wrestle. He's confused. He's as confused as he was on his first test in elementary school.
So the blood really starting to flow. Every time that area gets targeted, that cut's getting worse.
It's getting worse and worse, and you see the blood starting to come down. That is when you start to watch the fighter to see what type of effect it's starting to take on him, whether or not he's reaching for it, whether or not he's confused by where it's at. We got to start to watch his reactions now as we go forward. Beautiful defensive skills on display.
Well, you gotta marvel the toughness as he eats yet another calf kick to that lead leg.
Well, he's tough, but eventually the body just shuts down. If he takes many more of those, he's gonna end up having to go down to the ground. Dude needs to switch stances right now.
Just over 2 minutes to go. We'll see if he can finish.
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now.
Oh, Rozenstruik swelling now around that jaw area. We'll see if he can make some adjustments and perhaps defensively raise that guard to prevent any further damage. Hard shots landing on both sides here. Huge block there. All right, well, that blow is buffeting from that cut with each strike landed, and he continues to effectively target that area.
You know, we are talking about a guy with a super high fight IQ. So when you give him that...
There, DC, he is officially rocked.
A big, massive hook that really has put his opponent on stage.
He's very close to the finish here. Takes his back now. That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds. All right, so the round is over, and you see some obvious bleeding now. Looks like the cut is on the nose. Yes, it is. Cutman will try to get in there and shut it, but of course, as soon as he absorbs a strike this next round, that thing could reopen. Certainly bears watching here moving forward. All right, so a huge round for him there. That head kick probably would have had me out for good. The guy survives to see another round.
Yeah, but he'll go back to that. It landed so perfectly. He set it up great. He did a great job of mixing up the target early, going up high, and getting the desired result.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
4th round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds.
Oh, big punch land.
Let's get some offense. Let's get going.
Checks the leg kick. Well, clearly his leg is hurt, and now you see him starting to limp a little bit, Shane.
Yeah, he's starting to limp from the leg damage.
Now
how he's hooked.
That's one of those shots that if you take one of them, it can...
Holy smokes! What a fight!
So what a moment in this man's career. A huge finish in front of a capacity crowd. After party's gonna be on fire. How about it?
I mean, I'm just sitting here stunned because to watch a young athlete have a performance like this was really amazing. The finishing instincts, his ability to close the show, it was next level. It was amazing, John.
All right, the official decision is in. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 53 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by TKO, Walt the Big Chicken Harris.
Well, the celebration is on over there in the corner, and nothing subdued about it. They put a lot of time into this training camp and into this performance, and certainly their athlete delivered.
It was a result that they desired. They said, I don't care how this match ends, as long as I'm not standing there waiting on the judges. He got his opponent hurt, and he found the follow-up shots that allowed him to get the TKO.